This is a really quick and easy project. I swear you can do this in 10 minutes, and it's a great gift for both men and women. All you need is a piece of fabric. In this case, I'm using some cotton fabric, 5 inches wide by 12 inches long, a piece of ribbon or twill, 4 inches long, some polyester filling, and then something to weigh this piece down. It can be polyester pellets, it could be wheat. I'm using rice, something that's heavy enough to weigh the piece down. So to begin, what we're going to do is I'm going to fold this in half, and along the one edge right from the fold, I'm going to measure 1 inch and mark that. Okay, so I'm going to sew this with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way down to that mark, and I'll leave this open. And then on this side, I'm going to sew the whole length. So let me go do that now. Okay, so I've sewn the 2 sides. I'm going to turn the piece inside out now. Use something to push the corner out. Get a nice, clean, crisp corner. Okay, and so on this side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this in. I'm going to push the seam allowance in. Okay, and I am going to mark from the folded edge up. I am going to measure 1 inch. Let me just get this out really nice and straight. 1 inch, and I'm going to mark that. And then from this line, I'm going to mark 3/8 of an inch away up from that line. Okay, and I'm going to stitch along these 2 lines. Okay, so I have stitched those 2 lines, and right here, then what I have in this opening, I've got kind of like a tube shape. So I'm going to fill this with my rice. I don't know where I put my funnel, so I'm just going to use a little piece of paper to do this. Okay. And I should probably use a spoon or something, but I'd have to go all the way to the kitchen for that, so I'm just going to do it like this. So what we want to do is fill this little tube, and we want it to be pretty tight. We're going to leave enough space to be able to stitch that closed, but we do want this little tube to be pretty tight with our filling, be it rice, wheat, or polyester, pellets, whatever. This seems pretty good right there. Okay. I'm going to push that in, so make sure you've got enough space to sew this closed. So that is my next step here, is just to close this. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this edge down, and about a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance here too. And I'm going to iron that down. So just like this, and iron that. So next, I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to match the seams, okay, I'm going to hold this together with a pin, and I'm going to insert my little piece of twill, and kind of, it can be just about anywhere, but just along this. And the purpose of this is to have something to grab onto once it's filled, just to make it easier to hold on to. Okay, so then I'm going to close this. I'm going to run a seam here, but I'm going to leave an opening so that I can reach through here and fill this. Okay, so I'm going to sew just right beyond the seams here. Okay, so that's sewn. Now we need to fill this. And I'm going to stick this little thing in. This is my temporary funnel. Okay, how much I suggest that you do weigh this down, because depending on the size of the phone, it could tip over, and so it's good to have a good amount of weight. And I think that I filled mine with about 3/4 of a cup of rice. That's a good amount. And then the rest, we will use the polyester filling, and then to finish filling it, you know, so it's nice and firm. Get into the edge up here. And we're going to leave enough space to be able to sew this closed, but at the same time we do want it to be pretty firm, so just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to just sew this closed. So there you go. Super fast and easy. I'll just fit in your phone right here. And as I said, it makes a really nice gift, something that you can make up really quickly. And if you want, you can assembly line, sew them in an assembly line so that you can have a whole bunch, maybe stocking stuffers or hostess gifts, whatever. Just, it makes a really, really nice gift. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.